Father God, we come to you today with our podcast where we're going to talk about some mental health issues. Please pray on the ones out there that need help. Help them, guide them in the right direction, Father God. Guide us in the right direction to speak to our fellow friends and family out there. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen and amen.
Amen, amen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another episode of You Thought You Were Grown? I am Prissy Chryssie, and this is
Debbycakez.
all right. We're a weekly podcast. You can catch us every Saturday at 1 p.m. at all your places you can find podcasts: YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, you name it, we'll be there. Also, I need you guys to like, share, comment,
Subscribe.
Let us, we need a community. We're trying to build a community. Help us build our community, you know. So we appreciate you guys being here. So please like, share, subscribe again and again and again.
Welcome everybody. So today we're going to be talking about mental health, because today, it's May, it's the end of May, but it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Oh, that was hard for me to get out, y'all. We're just trying to check where you at mentally, and just to talk about what we went through as kids, like with like mental health, like when we thought we was grown and we really weren't. So, Chrissy, where you at mentally today?
Today, I'm okay. I'm good. I really am good. I went through a tough spot earlier with my pregnancy. Remember, I was I went through.
Which one? That's me throwing shade. Which?
My last pregnancy with my baby girl, I went through postpartum. Like, it hit me hard, and I didn't really realize what it was while I was going through it. And it was hard because I didn't want everybody to know or anybody to show it. So it was kind of like suffering in silence. And I went through that. I had to go to the doctor and speak to the doctor about it, and it was really hard. But today, I don't have the stress of that corporate job I was working. But I'm good. What about you, Deb? How you doing today?
I actually forgot about that time where you were like, it was rough. I remember now. Like, it kind of like it happened, and it like you got through it. You pushed through it. You did it because you had the other kids to take care of, and you just had to. You did amazing. A lot of people suffer through it for months and don't know what it is. Like, I think when I had Noah, I had postpartum depression. I know I did. I didn't seek help then, but like my milk wasn't coming in. I was just so overwhelmed, stressed. So, I could see where you came from. Me today. Yeah, me today is rough.
Yeah.
Me this month, I had a rough month. This whole month of end of
May,
April, end of April and May.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I felt like COVID really. What happened?
I'm crying. I'm so emotional.
Oh my goodness.
And then the tears like fighting to come out. I'm like, just come out. You're there. Just come.
Yeah. It has been a rough couple weeks for me. COVID really did a number on me mentally.
Yeah.
Like, people think it's just a cold or a body ache, but not able to see my child for 2 weeks was rough. Not able to, work financially. It was like, what I'm gonna do with my bills, and that was rough. It was just, I got my family sick. That was the hardest part. Like, my dad was in the hospital. He had blood clots and pneumonia. That was rough. Me being in the hospital with pneumonia, that was like.
I say the COVID is such a lonely virus.
It
because it
is.
makes you're sick, and then you have to like be away from everybody that you love, and it's a really lonely.
It's a lonely virus. It really is. It is. My dad is sick, so that's also taking a toll on me. So I feel like this month I'm really not okay. Like really not okay. And I
Yeah.
know I need to seek help. It's just where do you find the time,
All
with
right.
COVID and everything else. So it's like but I'm working on it. I'm doing good little by little. Like I feel like today I'm looking at myself and I feel like you look kind of off or like my eyes are puffy to do something, but
Nah, you look good,
yeah.
girl. Don't believe that. Don't worry about that. Looking good on the outside is one thing, but feeling good on the inside is most important.
But that's I think what a lot of us do. Like we we block that whatever's going on with a smile. You think everything is going good in your life, or
Hmm.
you portray that everything is great, and deep down inside you're like really going through it.
Yeah, like I need help, ma'am. Sorry, somebody see me, help me. Yeah, I think
Help.
that's what it was for me because when the crazy part is my mom was here. Like my mom probably doesn't even really know that still that I was going through postpartum while she was here.
Hmm.
Um, the kid's dad, he was here. He was like, I talked to him about it. He was just like, you were feeling like that? What was I? When did this happen? And I'm like, yeah, it was just hard for me to speak up and say anything. And it wasn't like when the kids were awake, when I had things to do, when I was busy, I didn't feel anything. I was fine. I could manage because I know how to, you know,
Juggle and
yeah, I don't have time to think about myself or my feelings or what I'm feeling because I'm so busy taking care of other people. And it would be like when the house was quiet, and then that's when I would just cry,
Mhm.
just just cry until I fall asleep, or if I would. That's how I ended up talking to the doctor about it because I had to go for my 6 weeks appointment, and that car ride, I was just by myself. There was, and I just cried the whole. By the time I got there, when I cry, my eyes get all red, I get all puffy. So it's like no line, like we have an allergies attack or something, and I couldn't. And the lady was just like, "Are you okay?" And I just started crying there. Like, what you crying for? I have no idea. I am so sad. And I should not be sad. Then you feel guilty for feeling this way. Like, I'm so blessed, you know, but I'm still so sad. And it was nothing I could do. I ended up, she told me to talk to a therapist, but I didn't talk to a therapist. Like you said, I didn't have time to. It's COVID. It's like, oh, what am I going to bring somebody, go see somebody while it's COVID? I am crying. I cannot.
You're crying. It's
Oh
okay.
my god, it's just what it is. I'm a crybaby in
You
real
make
life,
me cry. Your
huh?
eyes so look. You might make me cry. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to hold them back.
I'm trying to keep my snot in. Like I don't care about the tears. Just snot. Be still. Hold your peace. But yeah, so and yeah, so I didn't have time to see a therapist. It didn't just was like um I had to stop by my aunt's house. And my aunt really gave me some words of encouragement. She was like, it gets harder. The more kids you have, it gets harder. So what you're feeling is normal. She let me know that. The doctor did too. Let me know that it might be just the baby blues. You're still freshly juggling 3 kids. And but I didn't expect it because I had already been juggling 3 kids prior. Like if you because I had my nephew and my 2 boys before, so
And
3 kids.
pregnant.
Yeah. So the kids wasn't. It shouldn't have been. I think it just. I don't know. But once it passed like the 6 weeks, and we were going into 3 months and 4 months, that's when we were like, let's get some medicine to regulate you out, so you don't be so sad. So I had to take some antidepressants for a couple of months to get myself out of that Sadness. Oh man, it was horrible.
What did it make you feel like those pills? Because I want to know, did you feel like bubbly
I,
all the
I,
time, or
no,
you
I felt
felt
like myself.
you felt like yourself? Okay.
I really felt like myself. I mean, I think it made me hungrier because I was eating all the time. And naturally, if you know me, I don't have a big appetite. I normally can eat once a day. That's how before I would regulate. Like I would never gain a lot of weight because I'd be eating once a day. Sometimes I would forget to eat. Like I remember a time in my life where I would forget to eat and I'd be passing out because I didn't eat. So like I think the pills contributed to my weight, like me being hungry and making me gain weight. But other than that, I felt like myself again. Like I felt okay.
I always felt like those pills make you feel like very, like bubbly or extra or
Mm-mm.
in a better mood, or I don't know. I never got on them, so I didn't know.
Yeah, and you
How about
know,
your childhood? Did you feel like you had any like in your youth? Do you remember
trauma. Oh, girl,
trauma?
yes, girl, yes. Oh my god. And then you know what's crazy? It's like having kids re-triggers all of that because you're scared for them.
For them? Yeah,
Yeah,
your
so it's
anxiety
like
levels like on a different level.
what? I'm so scared for them. I don't want them to experience anything. Like, yeah. So my childhood was pretty. I like to tell my story different because I think for the longest I was telling my story as a
Making it up?
no as a victim.
Oh,
No, I didn't
oh,
make
I
up
see.
my story. Yeah,
I'm not
like
saying some people forget about things or kind of like bypass things. How do I say it? Like, yeah, make things like not really make it up, but like
excluded,
you, yeah,
excluding. Yeah, nah. Like some things I do exclude, and they should stay excluded. You know, I forget
yeah.
some things, just erase it. That didn't happen. Let's go. But for the most part, it was um, I don't know. It was what it was. It's kind of hard talking about it because being a child, your trauma kind of comes from the adults, and then you don't want to expose their story.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like
I'm just saying, well, in a way, we're not exposing anybody. Anything that happened to you, like that you were like depressed or sad and didn't know who to speak to or how to get past what you were going through as a teen.
as a teen, um, my teen was cool, but what happened was before being a teen, the childhood, like, so I grew up in a domestic situation where there was violence. My dad was abusive to my mom. It's just what it was. He was abusive to my mom. So seeing that, so from elementary, like from little, I just cherished my dad so much. And about something happened when I became like 11 or 12 years old where I realized what he did. Like, it hit me like
It was wrong.
it was wrong. And even though my mom did, when she got out of that situation, she did try to get us counseling, and we just told the people what they wanted to hear. You've been told your whole life, like, you don't talk about what goes on in my house. You don't call them people. You know what I'm saying? So by the time it was trying to talk to them, it's like, we know the game. We know to tell the people what they want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's one thing as a grown up I wish I would have took advantage of because it came out as a teenager. Like, sixth grade year, I was I don't even know what I was. Weird. I was doing things to hurt myself in the sixth grade, like secretly, like crazy stuff, trying to hurt myself internally. And then I was so angry because I was so angry, I didn't know what to do with that anger. And it was just like, everybody moved on. That's what I kept saying. Everybody moved on from this situation. And here we are just, yeah.
This is a very emotional uh podcast today, y'all. We're so
you,
sorry, but we have to talk about it. Like it has to be talked about.
yeah.
But go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, but I never even talked to, when I did go to therapy, I never even talked about that. that situation, just how everyone just moved on, and it, your children are, excuse my language, fucked up. Okay, everyone is just messed up, and the adults get to move on and put it beside them and move on to other relationships and situations, and the children are just left to deal with
That
this.
they're still dealing with the drama.
Yeah, still as adults, still, So,
Mhm.
um, so that came out in my teens. I was super angry. I hated my dad for during that time, and I think what healed me from that situation was when I was trying to be conniving and move to Georgia. I didn't want to move to Georgia, and I reached out to him because I hadn't talked to him from like 12 to 15 until it was time to move. He would come and visit, but I wouldn't speak to him. I was just walk past him and like he didn't exist. And then I was like, I'm not trying to move to Georgia. Could you try to get custody? Could you at least do that for me? I don't
Do
gotta live
something.
with you. Like, I ain't gotta live with you.
Do something.
I can make it. I'm thinking I'm grown. I can make it.
Thinking you girl. Just get a custody. I live with Debbie. We'll pick it up
Yeah.
school together.
Oh, we good.
We had
But we had an honest conversation in the McDonald's, and it was a real honest, heart to heart conversation, and at that moment, I just forgave him. I just forgave him and let it go. And then I tried to have a conversation with my mom about it because she was, she played a role in the chaos too. And I just wanted to have a heart to heart conversation, but I think it was harder for her to
talk about it.
not really talk about it, but just like admit her part into it.
Hmm.
Take accountability for her part. But I sympathize for her because looking back, I realized she had some mental things going on with her
Mm-hmm.
that she should have been helped. She needed help with herself as well. Both of my parents really, they definitely needed some. They needed therapists too. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. What about your teenage years? Were any trauma in your childhood?
There a lot of trauma. A lot of trauma that I just kind of buried away, or even my grandma passing away was very traumatic for me because we were so close. And so my mother put me in counseling, like a grieving counseling in elementary school. And I remember having to go, leaving the class and going to these grieving and asking you, "Oh, what does this look like? Does it look like a frog, or do
Is
you
that what
see
they
a boat?"
did?
Yeah, it was like this. I remember like showing black and white pictures, and it was just weird. I'm like, why do they go through this? Like, I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear. Like, whatever you think it
Right.
is what it is. Because I just didn't understand like why talk about it. So that when I was that young, but I think when I thought I was grown in high school, I remember there was a time where um, Tommy and somebody was in my neighborhood, and he jumped the gate and was in my backyard, and my dad caught him, and they thought he came out of my room. And so my mom was like, "You know what? You cannot talk to Christy anymore." This is like
Oh,
freshman. Yeah, you can't talk to Christy. You can't speak to any of your friends. I was like grounded like forever. And I was like,
that didn't last
to me,
long.
I thought but my thought at that age, I thought my world was coming to an end. Like, I can talk to my friends. Like, I didn't do anything. And I honestly didn't do anything. So the fact that she was punishing me,
Uh huh.
I was so angry. I was angry at her. I was angry at the world. Um, and I think a lot of other traumas start to like come up, and I was just I was like a ball of like fire, like I was just angry and ready to snap at all times. And
Hmm.
I was cutting myself my freshman year, so nobody knew. Like I was wearing like sweaters, long
Oh
sleeve
yeah, I
shirts,
stayed wearing sweaters. It would be fucking 90 degrees.
breeze, and it's hot as fuck.
I I wore sweaters until I was like 23. Not because I was cutting myself, but because they had become my comfort. This is how I realized it. Not to cut you off. Go ahead. I'm fucked up. I'm really messed up, child. I really am. I thought about it while we were planning this. I was thinking about like, girl, you had some problems. You had a pillow from a baby until you were 26 years old. Like, you definitely had a problem.
It's not a problem. It's our comfort. Like we find comfort into things
Yeah.
that, because we don't know how to, you know, talk about it.
All
But
right.
I was cutting myself in high school, and I think my math teacher, she was really close to me. She kind of grabbed my arm to like just joking around, like, haha. And I'm like, and she's
Oh.
like, what's going on? And she pulled me aside and she looked at it. She called my parents. They had me see a therapist. Well, I saw one session, literally. I cussed the man out. I was like, I'm not doing
Wait a
this.
minute.
It was
So, Miss Estelle, had you see a therapist?
Yes, a Haitian mother. She's like, you need to see a therapist. My mother is the whitest Haitian you ever know, okay? If something happened, she went to the hospital, we went to doctors. That's my mother. So I saw a therapist. I remember he was an Indian man, and he was like asking me all these questions and asking, like, do you cut yourself? Do you hurt yourself? Things like that. And I just kept saying, like you said, answering the way they want you to answer.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, do you see dead people?
What?
Excuse me?
What, sir?
You communicate with the dead? Oh, bitch, you done lost your mind. I'm done. Session
Goodbye.
over. I'm not doing this with you. I'm done. Bye. My mom's like, Debbie,
You cussed the
listen.
man out. Debbie's good for cussing somebody out.
I am. I was like, nah, we're not doing this. And that was it. I never seek therapy again. Um, but now as an adult, I did seek therapy last year for a year. It was one of the best things I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. It changed my life for the good. I stopped because my insurance changed, and I was so attached with my therapist. I didn't want nobody else. Like, and as a Black woman, I want a Black therapist.
Yeah.
Period. I want somebody that's going to relate to me. I don't think a white woman knows what I go through or would understand where I go through or
Like
where I'm coming
culturally,
from.
like.
Culturally, not like, because it's just culturally you don't understand. You wouldn't get
Right.
it. So, I haven't seen one then. I am seeking one now because of everything with COVID and everything I'm going through now. I feel like I need to see someone. But prior to that, I was Gucci.
Yeah, I saw a therapist after I had my first son. I moved back in with my mom. So it was a lot to handle. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. Me and Chris were going at it. Like, he would. Some of the things that we were going at it were not necessarily our problems, but my family problems that overflowed into our situation. And managing in that, I didn't know what else to do. I was like, I'm about to give up. I can't. I'm about to give up. So I reached out to this lady, Mrs. Wilson, and like the first day, I was just like, I don't need, because you could talk to friends. Like, I could talk to you about what's going on, and Anisha, who's my other best friend, I could talk to her, and I do talk to y'all about what's going on. But after a while, people, you just feel bad. You can't save me, or you're like, I want to save you, but I don't know how to help you. I'm so sorry you're going through. You'd be like, dang, Chris, And after a while, I got tired of hearing, dang, Chris, or I'm so sorry, Chris, that you're going through that. And I needed to know how to manage this situation. What's the best, this is what I have. This is all, this entire situation. How am I going to get through this? Give me some steps. I'll take them. Anything, please help. Help. And so I just told her that, like, listen, I wanted someone who looked like me, who, even though she was older than me, but which I wanted. I didn't want nobody the same age as me because it's like you don't have enough life experience, girl. Because you think you're still trying to figure out the same things that I don't.
I'm big on that.
Right, girl. You just got a degree to help you, but your degree don't take away from the life experience that you need.
Mhm.
So, and she was like, "Trust me, I'm not gonna sugarcoat you. I'm not going to cheer you on when you're wrong. I'm going to be a voice of reason for you, and someone you can talk to and bounce ideas off of. And we'll go. You'll tell me your problems, and we'll make sure every session will have a plan of action before you leave." And she really did. She really did. She gave me some really good insight on um, a lot of things in life, like how I behave in my relationship now is because of the things that I've learned from her, and the boundaries that I've set in my life are I learned from her. Like, I would feel guilty about the boundaries that I would set, but now it's like, no, you're right. I deserve boundaries. That's You're not allowed to cross this line, and if you cross this line, you no longer have access to me. What are some of the things that your therapist helped you with, or
My therapist, she actually was younger than me, but she was so knowledgeable about life. Like, sometimes we feel like they're young, they don't know, but we don't know what people go through. And I feel like um she was very knowledgeable and she helped me a lot. And every day we had, I mean, every week we had a list of things to work on, and I would have a homework of the week to do. Like, I, I me being a single mom of an autistic kid and he has so much things to do going on, I had no me time. I had no I wasn't sleeping. So I would like take cat naps. Like, one week I take cat naps. One weekend I had to write my budget goal. One week I was not allowed to spend money. Like, I was not like every week was something different. And
mhm.
that really helped me a lot. And it did definitely help me with my relationship with people, like knowing how to talk to people instead of going off and popping off like I usually do. I nap.
What?
Don't be shady. I now am able to speak to you and effectively.
Oh,
I'm
I thought you said I don't pop off on people now. Now I nap.
oh, well, I pop off in a nap. I just will not put it in there.
Oh, that's what I
Like,
thought
today I'm
you
not gonna
said.
pop off. I'm gonna take a nap, but tomorrow I might pop off. No, like I think I effectively communicate much better with people instead of
Mhm.
like shutting you down. I used to like do that a lot. Like, instead of confronting people, I would shut
Uh-huh.
down. I'll just take it in, take it in, take it in, and not say anything. Now I let you know, listen, what you did was not okay, and we can work on it. And like, let people know how I really feel instead of holding it in, because that's not good either.
Yeah, that's how
Just
you explode and be cussing people out. Like, I set the boundary up front. Like, hey, that's not acceptable.
yeah, this is what we're not gonna do.
Yeah. See that? That's not it.
That's not it.
Mm.
So how moving forward, how do you have your kids like express themselves?
So this is a challenge for me because one thing my mom did allow us to do was express ourselves, right? So she never not let us say what we wanted to say as long as we weren't lying was the rule. If you tell them the truth, you can say what you want to say, but you have to be respectful. And we feared our mama, but my kids don't fear me, so that's the hard part. So I allow, they don't fear me at all. They're like, "Mommy, she's the nice one. Now, Daddy, that's the mean one." Like, we literally hear them saying they're like, "I'm gonna tell the mean one." Like, so I allow them to express themselves, and I'm teaching them, like, don't to keep control of yourself. I I have all kind of fish. My daughter is a baby still, but my boys are turning into they're young black men, and they're gonna be big black men. They're already big for kids.
Mhm.
Already, they're gonna be big black men, and I am scared for them because of the world we live in. It's a real fear for me. So I see my 5-year-old still have tantrums, and I know he's about to go into elementary school. And I know in elementary school, they will classify you as a behavior problem. And it'll be an issue for educating him. I know that. I've seen it already in daycares that he's been into. They'll be like, he's acting out, so we're going to leave him in the corner by himself and not teach him.
Mhm.
So I've seen that already. But not only that is because he's acting out like a child, but because he's black, he doesn't have the privilege of being a child. They make them adults. They don't see children as children when they're black. It's just what it is. So I fear that
Little
they
threats, like little threats,
right.
basically.
Yeah, like you see elementary schools in what was that in Orlando where the police officer arrested the 7-year-old. My heart would break if that was my child.
Imagine what a child to go through, like, traumatically. Like, I was put behind a police car. I had handcuffs on at 7 years old. No, I'm
Yeah,
saying imagine what a child has to go through.
yeah, they will never respect authority. They will always have a fear of authority. You know what I'm saying? Like, let my children. I want my children to be children always. Let them be children while they're children. So I fear them. So I'm trying to have conversations about you. Like really, son, you don't have the privilege of carrying on like that. You have to you have to be in control of yourself. So we have a motto or mantra we say. When if he does it, he has to stand up. He goes in timeout. Once before he gets out of timeout, he has to let me know that he's in control of himself, his thoughts, his feelings, his emotions, and his actions, and he's responsible for those things. At 5, it's crazy, but at 5, I need you to be in control of yourself. You don't have the privilege of losing control because somebody may see you as a threat, and we can't afford that.
Cannot
No.
afford that.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. Like I'll be talking to him, and even his dad. We'll be talking like we understand. You don't get the privilege, and that is real, real, real fear for me that someone will see my child at the school being a child. He's an emotional child like his mama, but so he'll cry and he'll have fits, but I don't think he does it in school as much as he does it with me. But just in case, he needs to know you can't do that, son. So he's allowed to express himself. So instead of doing that, I tell him to verbalize it. Tell me what you're feeling. He'll be like, I'm upset. I can't eat no cookies. Okay, well, you can be upset. That's okay. I understand you're upset. I acknowledge his feelings. His daddy don't, but I do. I don't care about you being upset. Don't mean nothing. But I acknowledge his feelings, and we walk through it. That's the best I can do for him. What about Noah, ma'am?
Noah is so hard, with the autistic. He speaks and he does talk, but it's only scripted. So, but he knows the word, he'd be like emotions and he'll say angry, or
Uh,
upset. Like that's how he lets me know like how is he feeling. And I just kind of talk him through it. Like, why are you upset? Like what's going on? But I'm that's my biggest fear is not knowing what's going on with him 'cause he doesn't speak as, like, well as everybody else,
mhm,
but, um, emotionally, I always, like, speak to him and let him know it's okay to be upset, it's okay to be sad, um, and just kind of talk to him, and when he's throwing his tantrums and stuff like that, that's I see where you're coming from with the fear of them labeling him, like, right now, I feel like they're labeling him at his school, he just got to a new school, and they don't really know him. And so they automatically label him without getting to know him.
mhm.
Like, why put a label on him? Let him be a kid. Let him be himself. And it's just like, um, I just don't. That's my biggest fear. Like I saw this autistic kid got shot by a cop, and it's because he couldn't respond back or didn't. And Noah is going to be a giant. I know he's going to be a giant. So it's like I need him to be able to express himself and not hurt himself. I want him to feel like he can come to me with anything and talk to me. If something is going on, I want to know. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on so I can get you the help that you need, that I can help
Mhm.
you, or grandma or somebody can help you. You can speak to someone. But, I feel like a lot of these kids don't have someone to talk to. Like our
Mhm.
parent, I feel like a lot of the black homes, the parents are working so much, they don't have time to see their kids. They don't have
Mhm.
time to know what's going on with their kids and their situations and their little childhood dramas because they think they grown. They think they in these beefs because they,
Yeah.
you know, in middle school and high school and they don't know like to go talk to someone or to seek the help they need. And a lot of kids just shut down. They hurt themselves.
Mhm.
If they had somebody to talk to or they can come to their parents, they would be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
So
sometimes even if they do have like an open door policy where they can talk to people, sometimes it's embarrassing a little bit. Like it's a little because if it wasn't embarrassing, you wouldn't hide it. Like you wouldn't put on the sweater to hide that you're cutting yourself. You know what I'm saying? So a part of it is I feel shame for feeling like this. Like I feel bad for not feeling whole or not really being as happy as I pretend to be. I feel bad about that. You know, this shit is tough. This world is so tough.
it is tough.
It's so tough. Like I don't know. I don't know. I think you should always have a good support system,
Mhm.
right? I think that's important to have people around you who gonna. Because even when I was in my funk, like in the middle of my funk, like in there, my friends, you, Nisha, even Jasmine would be like, "Mama, get it together. You all right? We got you. You're not by yourself. We see you. We got you." And it's really important to be seen.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, I think that helped me a lot. I'd be like, y'all would be like, Chris, Chris, if you do one step, it would be all right. Just take this, and I'd be like, I know, I don't feel like it. I don't like being sad, but it feels comfortable here. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It feels so comfortable here, yeah. So I want to ask you this. I know we talk about sadness and all this. What are some things that you do for like self love, to like love on yourself, to balance out the sadness and life roller coaster it takes you on? What are some things you do to, make Debbie feel good?
I take deep breaths. Sorry. I take a lot of deep breaths. Like that's what one thing I learned in therapy is taking deep breaths and like just stop what you're doing and just kind of
Breathe it in.
and breathe. Breathing helps me. Self-love care, like I will just like have me moments. I sometimes I come home and I just sit in my car.
Oh
I can
god,
just
that's my favorite thing to do. Oh my god.
just
I mean,
sit
I will be hours out there.
in there, just having a peace of mind.
Not doing
Just
nothing.
able to not a damn thing.
Not nothing. Just in the car. That is my number one go to. Just silence and
Oh yeah,
just
sit
sit in
there.
my car.
Mhm.
It is so weird that I'm like that. I've been doing that for a long time now.
Yes, and the beach is my other happy place. I did like I'm off every Thursday. So Thursday I would go to the beach. I'll drop Noah to school. I have my blanket in the trunk. I always keep it in there just cases like this, like I'm having overwhelming moment and I gotta go to
Hmm.
the beach. And I'll take my blanket, my coffee, and I'll just lay there. Lay
Yeah, I miss the water.
and
I want
sit
to go to Florida just so I can go to the water. I miss being able to um, be by the water. When I was in Fort Lauderdale, I used to do that.
all the
I would
time.
go to the beach all the
Or
time just by myself. Just
Sorry.
be out there.
Yeah.
No, you're
That
fine.
is
It's been a busy week.
those are my two my three things I do is
You know what else I like to do? It's my self care. Is take long hot showers.
mm,
Like hot. Like it's so weird.
like
Like hot showers. And I'll sit there and I will like have a good cry. Okay? Because I'm a crier and I feel like I can bottle in emotions. So because everything doesn't need to be. Some things bother me, but I don't really realize they bother me until later on. Until I'm crying
yeah.
about it, really. Because a lot of stuff I just like charge it to the game. It's okay, charge it. It's okay. And
I'm
after a
like you.
while,
I hear her. I hear her.
it's
I'll let you know. I take it in for a little bit and I'm like, listen, this is not gonna work. Or this is you did something to hurt me. And just getting it out. So they know. Sometimes they don't know that they hurt you
yeah.
or
Sometimes you can get it out, but it still bothers you.
mm,
Like that incident with work when that man told me to breast pump in the bathroom.
oh girl, I was mad for you. I was
Like
still
yeah,
mad.
see that bothered me. Like that bothered me like weeks after. Like you really told me that. Like when I put my 2 weeks in notice, I was still mad. Like he really told me to go breastfeed in the bathroom, a pump in the bathroom. Like sir,
Well, so disrespectful.
yes, you go eat out the trash. How about that? I mean, I told him immediately. I told him like before he finished his sentence. Do you eat your dinner in the bathroom? No, I'm not going in the bathroom. No, nasty ass. Let me stop. I get worked up again, but yeah.
Worked up again.
But that still bothered me, and it would act. It's still like sometimes people try you, and they be like, "Gee, I'm really a gangster underneath here. Don't let this fool you." I really about that ass. I'm just kidding. About no damn action. I'm calling
It's
police
really
on
not.
your
It's really not. That's me. That's me. That's really not.
ass. I was trying to go to jail. I think we need to have positive people around us. A good prayer life is always good.
Oh yes.
Yeah, talking to
Oh yeah.
God is always good. And clear up some things. It may not solve some of the sadness, because I know sometimes the sadness be so thick that you don't even want to pray.
No, so I feel like I felt that before where I'm so sad, I feel so broken that I can't pray. But sometimes I just pray, like whatever's hurting me was bothering me. I ask God, God, just let it hurt a little less each day. I
Mm-hmm.
swear to you that prayer works. Like I was so broken after my divorce, and I would say, God, please let it heal a little less every day so I don't feel the pain as much every day and trust and believe it little by little. I just didn't feel it anymore. It wasn't a problem. It was
Mm.
not a problem.
Yeah, girl. I be like, girl, prayer ain't even it. I don't even know. I can't even think to pray right now. I'm so hurt. I'm so all over the place. I can't think to pray. Somebody pray for me. Oh.
Okay. Pray for me that I can pray.
Yes.
Pray that I can have a prayer. Like, yeah, pray for me to have a little hope and peace.
Yes. Just a little hope. Little hope.
Little hope. So that rapper, I think his name was 40 Cal.
Mm-hmm.
Daughter, she was 16. She was at Buffalo University. She committed suicide. At first, was a missing person for like 2 weeks. Everybody was looking for her, but once they started to go through her phone, do some investigation work, found out that she jumped to her death. Like,
Jesus.
yeah, I think it was the some waterfall, maybe Niagara Falls. I think yes, Niagara Falls. She jumped off and killed herself because they broke up. Like I feel like yeah, kids don't know how to express themselves, don't know how to work through their hurt, and I feel like we have to let our kids know or our teens know that it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be hurt, you know?
And
You have
this
to work
ain't
to get there.
forever. You gonna date this man right now while you a teenager, baby, and you may not know him next year.
Yep.
You got people who love you. I mean, I tell them, I promise, I pray that, like, God, please let my kids feel my love,
Hmm.
even when they don't see my love. You know what I'm saying? Like, feel it. Like, your mama love you, boy. Your mama love you, little girl.
Yep.
To people like keeping
Yeah. I know.
babies. Oh my God, the heartbreak
But
for her parents.
parents, oh my God, it's all I could think about is a heartbreak for her parents. Like at first she was just a missing case. So, they're looking for her thinking she's alive and
Yeah,
somebody
I know
kidnapped her.
keeping hope high. Like, please bring her home.
Yeah, no, bring her home. But to know that she commits suicide, like it's following all her steps, what she did, like when she left her apartment, she took this like her things that her belongings and threw them away because she knew she wasn't coming back. Like in her mind was already made up that she was not gonna come back, and she
I
was.
wonder if there was like a toxic relationship beforehand.
Who knows,
I mean, being a teenager who was dating, I don't think teenagers should date.
I really don't think so. They don't know what dating is.
Yeah, not like date exclusive. Like, you should be going out on friend events. Like,
Sorry.
you, Timmy, John, Susie.
Like gatherings.
Yeah, gatherings. You can hang out, but ma'am,
Dating?
sir, you ain't having one girlfriend for what? You're not committed to nobody. Committed to this schoolwork. Committed
It
to the future. That stuff ain't going nowhere.
only thing you should be committed to was the future and school.
Yeah.
Like I'm not asking nothing else.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Like, people be having full on, like, we have full on grown up relations
They
as
thinking they grown.
children. That don't
Thinking
even make sense.
none whatsoever.
That
Thinking
don't even make sense. Now that I think about, now that I'm a mama in my 30s, like, I had no business. No
dating.
business. Nobody's son had no business talking to me. I was a child. I did childish things. Like, that stuff is heavy. You know what I'm saying? Grown up stuff. Grown ups can't even deal with the stuff.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Heartache hurt. Like, why it really hurt my heart? Why my heart really hurts?
Yeah.
Not to make light of us, but it's just like,
So she
ah.
I feel like she had her whole life for her going,
And she was in college at 16 too. She was smart.
smart cookie.
It's a smart girl.
So
I don't
sad. So
know.
I wanted to share this suicide prevention hotline number to people that out there that if you know somebody that's going through something or you're going through something, seek help. Like there's so many options. Like if you have Medicaid or Medicare, you can search for um
Mental health is covered under it
health
now.
coverage. Yeah, behavior
Yeah.
health therapy. They'll teach you. Yeah, teach you. Most health insurance has it, but people don't know it's covered.
Yeah,
People
it's
don't know what
covered
the
under
policy.
Obamacare.
The Obamacare definitely has um, the the consultations and stuff like that. So the number for the suicide prevention lifeline is 800-273 talk, and that number is 85. I'm sorry, 8255. So please give that to a loved one, someone that you know that needs it, because it's really hot out here,
Read the
y'all.
number one more time for the people.
One more time, it's gonna be 800-273 talk, or the abbreviation for that is gonna be 8255.
All right. Yeah. Talk to somebody. I mean, life is so short, and there's some joy in there, even if it feels like it's the worst time of your life right now. I promise you, if you get through, the other side will be beautiful. I promise. So hold on. Check on your loved ones. Make sure that you reach out to them, even the ones who are pushing you away. Just hey, you all right? Just thinking about you.
Mm-hmm.
We pray everybody stays in good health, mental health, physical health. You know, we want life and love over here for everybody.
Yes. All right, y'all. We will see y'all next week on Saturday at 1 p.m. on all platforms.
All right, all right, all right.